The incident occurred in the 13th minute from a corner kick on the right flank. The ball was swung into the 5.5-meter area, where goalkeeper Altay Bayindir came out to intercept, but appeared to be impacted by William Saliba during his jump, causing him to lose balance and miss the ball. Calafiori then seized the opportunity to head the ball into the net, stunning Manchester United's defense. In reality, this coordinated move, with 5 players starting just outside the penalty area, had been tested in a friendly against Tottenham, and proved effective right from the opening round this season. Last night's situation saw Martinelli and Zubimendi disrupt the central area. Mount failed to mark tightly, and Bayindir handled it indecisively, leading to Calafiori being completely free at the far post to finish. Arsenal had scored in a similar fashion in a friendly against Villarreal, though the execution differed. The common thread is their proactive creation of space at the far post, an area often overlooked but highly dangerous. So, was this goal legitimate? To answer, we must dissect the incident from the perspective of rules and practical realities. In the Premier League, firstly, under FIFA laws, goalkeepers have no special privileges in aerial duels unless they are in control of the ball or are clearly and seriously fouled. In this case, Saliba didn't jump with both feet, didn't use his hands, and didn't directly face the goalkeeper. He merely stood in Bayindir's approach path. The degree of contact, if any, is very hard to deem significant enough to constitute a foul. Crucially, the referee, positioned very close, didn't blow the whistle, and the VAR team, after review, didn't intervene, meaning they saw no clear and obvious error. To clarify the goal's legitimacy further, former referee Mark Halsey commented clearly, "There was no foul. Bayindir needed to be stronger in that clearance. He was poorly positioned, and that's the price to pay." This aligns with recent Premier League refereeing trends, where intervention only occurs if the goalkeeper is clearly pushed or obstructed by hands or feet. Here, Saliba only blocked the path of legitimate action with no signs of violence. On Sky Sports, Roy Keane was even blunter, "He's too weak." This is top-level football, not a place for timidity. Bayindir has to command the 5.5-meter area. You can't blame Saliba. Keane's argument focused on the psychological and responsibility aspects of goalkeeping, where those expected to dominate must be decisive and strong in their domain. In summary, considering the rules, the practical officiating in the Premier League, and the VAR team's response, Calafiori's goal is deemed legitimate. The technical legitimacy is one thing, but the reactions of those involved reveal very different perspectives, often influenced more by match emotions than rules. Manchester United's coach Ruben Amorim was dissatisfied. Bayindir said he was pushed before catching the ball, and "I think the referee needs to do better in protecting the goalkeeper." Bruno Fernandes was more direct. "In other leagues, that's a clear foul, but in England, they don't care about these situations." Calafiori's goal not only secured 3 points for Arsenal at Old Trafford, but also reignited the age-old debate about the line between legitimate contact and fouls in modern football. While not everyone agrees, under the rules and practical Premier League context, this was a legitimate goal and a clear reminder that goalkeepers need to be more decisive and robust in the 5.5-meter area. Reminders have been plenty, but it seems Manchester United haven't truly heeded them, as the red half of Manchester has made similar mistakes from corners twice before. When the same issue repeats with both Andre Onana and Bayindir, it's clear that Manchester United haven't addressed their fatal flaw in set-piece situations. Not long ago, in the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Tottenham, Bayindir also erred on a corner. He reacted slowly and allowed Son Heung-min to finish with a not overly complex shot. Slow-motion replays showed Lucas Bergvall obstructing, even slightly pulling Bayindir's arm, causing him to be half a beat late. Though controversial, VAR upheld the goal. Comparing this to the Arsenal loss reveals a familiar script. Manchester United's goalkeeper is closed down, loses balance in the opponent's crowd, chooses the wrong handling option, and ends up the victim. Andre Onana didn't escape this cycle either. in last season's match against Wolves. He was tightly marked by two home players in the 5.5-meter area during a corner. Onana couldn't move as desired. After a jump, Cunha was neutralized, and the ball flew straight into the net. After Cunha's finish, Onana raised his hand in protest, claiming a foul, but the referee and VAR ignored it. Manchester United then conceded a second goal and ended the match in disappointment. These three incidents, close in time, are strikingly similar. Manchester United's goalkeepers are repeatedly swarmed on corners, always caught in a passive position during contact, and always react afterward with raised hands demanding a foul. This reaction further highlights their lack of proactivity and the strength needed to command the airspace. The Premier League is notoriously ruthless. Goalkeepers who survive must impose themselves in the box, ready to engage in contact to assert control. Both Bayindir and Onana have failed in this regard. If Manchester United don't improve quickly, every opponent's corner will carry a threat not just for Bayindir or Onana, but for the entire season. Manchester United's weakness in defending corners has become a chronic issue over the years. From the 2023-24 season to now, they've conceded 23 goals from such situations, the highest in the Premier League. This isn't just a matter of individual goalkeeper or defender skill, but a serious tactical flaw. A lack of confidence pervades the penalty area, combined with a hybrid defensive system mixing man-marking and one-on-one defending. This creates inefficiency and chaos in how Manchester United handles set pieces, making them easy to exploit. Thus, Coach Amorim will undoubtedly need to make adjustments to improve this situation. The goalkeeper position is naturally a factor to consider. With Andre Onana injured and Bayindir yet to show reliability, Ruben Amorim is searching for a goalkeeper suited to his philosophy, one who is straightforward, dependable, strong in shot stopping, and commands the 5.5-meter area. One target previously eyed is Gianluigi Donnarumma of Paris Saint-Germain. Though among the world's top goalkeepers for stopping shots on the line, Donnarumma has a clear weakness with high crosses and corners. He tends to hesitate when coming out, creating a moment of uncertainty between goalkeeper and defenders. This can be thoroughly exploited by Premier League teams. Donnarumma's issues with set pieces were evident in several matches last season. For instance, in Paris Saint-Germain's 0-2 loss to Arsenal in the group stage, a prime example was the first goal conceded. The Italian goalkeeper hesitated, failing to decisively come out to intercept a high cross into the penalty area. This indecision gave Kai Havertz enough time and space to head in the opener. Another example was in the 2023-24 Champions League quarterfinal against Barcelona, where in a decisive set-piece moment, Donnarumma couldn't command his area after a corner, staying rooted to the line instead of coming out to intercept, allowing Andreas Christensen to head in the winning goal. Overall, Donnarumma may not be the ideal addition to address Manchester United's existing issues. Meanwhile, Emiliano Martinez of Aston Villa is a choice worth considering. He's highly regarded for his command of aerial balls and Premier League experience. Despite occasional dips in form, he's still seen as one of the competition's best goalkeepers in handling aerial situations. Broadly, signing a new goalkeeper would partly address the issues with defending high balls, but it's only part of the bigger picture. With Manchester United repeatedly falling victim to set pieces, especially corners, finding ways to mitigate risks is a matter of survival. The team wants to maintain stability. Amorim currently uses a hybrid defensive system, combining man-marking and zonal defending, with 5 to 6 players stationed near the 5.5-meter area, while a small group is tasked with closely tracking opponents strong in the air. This is a safe choice as it minimizes space in the danger zone for the goalkeeper, but in reality, they're still easily exploited at the far post or after sudden directional changes. To address this, Amorim's first solution could be to increase flexibility in adjusting between the near and far posts. Currently, Manchester United often crowd the near post to counter the Premier League's dominant crossing trend, leaving them in 2-versus-5 situations at the far post. The solution is to maintain a tall, experienced player such as Maguire or De Ligt stationed at the far post. Finally, Amorim could diversify the role of the disruptor in the box. Instead of relying on one player to block opponents from comfortably receiving, Manchester United should rotate this role to avoid being predictable. This also helps maintain pressing intensity within the penalty area, making it harder for opponents to execute rehearsed moves.